Chiefs Kingdom, welcome into our Saturday mailbag. We appreciate you watching. We're going to answer some questions that we got from Chiefs Kingdom on our live show this past Tuesday. We appreciate you watching. Let's get right into it as I'm Jay Andrews. You're watching the Chiefs Report. The first question comes from Carl Bailey, who sent in a $5 super chat during our live show. Thank you, Carl. You're an absolute G. He said, trade Rashid, Shaheed, and Taysum Hill. Give up a third-round pick, also CEH and Noah Gray. Chiefs! Wow, I like that man right there. Chiefs is the best part. So here's the thing about the trade. Rashid Shaheed has been great this year. Taysum Hill, I don't really think that it's worth it to go after him just because would he fit in that tight end goal? Yeah, he would. But would it be worth it? Not necessarily. I do like, though, you're getting rid of contracts in terms of CEH, in terms of Noah Gray, because you need to shed a little bit off of that cap space. And CEH, well, he takes up a lot. But Rashid Shaheed, over 300 yards, couple of touchdowns. I think he looks pretty good. I wouldn't mind that trade. Third rounder, CEH for Shaheed. Just forget Taysum Hill. Be nice. Next one comes in with another super chat from JJ Hackett. Appreciate you, JJ. He said, sign Frank Clark so he can get his revenge. Yes, it's time, because guess what? If he doesn't sign this week, well, he's not going to play the Broncos. He's not going to be able to get his revenge game. I'm telling you what, he deserves it. He has been a Chief for a long time, played really well with the Chiefs. I'd like to get him a chance to go out here and try and go back on now his former team, the Denver Broncos. Stats are good. We know playoff time comes, he becomes an absolute menace, and blood is in the water with the Shark in playoff time. But I would love to see him sign before the Chiefs play the Broncos. It'd be nice to see as, again, you have him in the backfield. Just get him signed. What are we waiting on? Sign him up. Another super chat here question from Lennon Chase Ackerman. Love the Photoshop, Lennon. Chiefs get a backup QB like Caleb Williams, question mark? Well, I tell you what, Caleb Williams has played like a backup QB the past couple of weeks. I wouldn't mind that. Caleb Williams drops to the Chiefs' hands. The league would be screwed. Screwed. Do I think that will happen, though? Not a chance. He'll go first, really, no matter what. I don't know. I will say, Blaine Gabbert does not need to be the backup quarterback for much longer. I don't really like what I've seen from him in the few times we've had to put him out there. Shout out to Lennon, though. We appreciate you, and nice profile photo. We have Tony Fuentes, a staple here on the Chiefs Report, coming in with a question saying, #Chiefs. I'm up for Mike Evans and Frank Clark, but looks like there's a catch. Do we have cap space for it? For Frank Clark, probably, because you can cut somebody and work around that. Mike Evans, that's where things get tricky. Being he is older, I don't see that trade happening. So, yeah, I think that's the catch that you're going to have to figure out. And Brett Veach is a guy, he knows how to work money, so there's potential that he could go in and maybe work something out with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers where they take on a portion of the contract. Let's go to another question here on our mailbag from King Pat 15. Will Mecole Hardman get more opportunities as the season goes on? I think he will. Now, again, we didn't see much from him this past Saturday, but I know he played a lot with the Chiefs. But you still got to come back and get used to your surroundings. I mean, he showed up on Thursday, for goodness sake, from New York. You're not just going to show up Thursday and be able to play on Sunday. 3 targets, 1 reception, 6 yards, but that doesn't tell the whole story because guess what? Well, he had one of the biggest plays of the entire game with that 50-yard punt return that set up the Chiefs' score to make it 31-17. That really was the backbreaker for the Chargers. And honestly, maybe not, that sealed the door. That sealed the door pretty much all the way. So I'd like to see him get more looks, and I think he will overall. You just got to give him time to kind of get readjusted with Andy Reid in this offense. Do you want to see more of Mecole Hardman? Well, let me know. I'm going to make this the pinned question on today's show. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. Let me know what you are thinking. Is it time for Hardman to get some more looks? Well, we're going to find out here in the upcoming games, possibly really soon with the Broncos. Curran Slayer with this question saying, who is /R number 1 wide receiver with Mecole Hardman back? Still nobody. I don't think there has been one. The closest guy to that has been Rashee Rice. Now, is he a prototypical wide receiver 1? No, but I don't think Mecole Hardman necessarily changes that. I think it's still going to be Rashee we could see some changes. Maybe Mecole slides into a little bit more of a target available opportunity, but I don't know if that's necessarily a thing that you want. I like Hardman as more of a guy to kind of come in and be a change of pace, so to say. Let's get another question rolling in here from Chiefs for LV. Hashtag Chiefs. Is Treylon Burks probably available? I think he is, but he's also been injured this year. I don't necessarily want to trade for a guy who has been injured in this current year, because if you trade for him and then he gets injured, it didn't really work. He's also really young. He's on the second year of that rookie contract, so I think the Titans are probably less willing to give him up than they were maybe DeAndre Hopkins or, even Westbrook-Akine. They could also give up him more often. I don't think Treylon Burks is the one that you're going to go after for just a lot of reasons in ways that I don't think it would work, both contract-wise and Titans giving up-wise. You know what does work, though? Prize Picks. Prize Picks always works, and it's the easiest way to play daily fantasy sports. In fact, it's the only way that I play DFS, as all I do, I go in, I pick 2 or more players, and then I pick more or less on their Prize Picks projections. I can place my entries in literally less than 60 seconds. Plus, with Prize Picks now offering Apple Pay, I got my deposit in my account really, really quickly. Plus, for Chiefs Report watchers, if you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS, you're going to get a first deposit match of up to $100. Now, how to play, you ask? Well, you pick 2 to 6 players. You pick more or less on their Prize Picks projection, and then you pick flex or power play. What is flex? What is power play? Flex means that you're still going to get your money even if you don't get all of your entries right. Power play means you're putting a lot of money at stake, and if you get them all right, you're going to get a potential of up to 25 times your entry amount. Now, I say all these things because, well, I play Prize Picks, and I want to show you what my picks are for this Chiefs game on Sunday. I got Pacheco going with the more on 68.5 rushing yards. No way he doesn't get 70 against the Broncos' subpar defense. Travis Kelce scores a touchdown every time he touches the ball, so I'm going to give a receiving touchdown to him going more there. And then, what? What is that, Jace? Why'd you pick less? I know. I'm a more guy. I'm always going more, but I think that Mahomes is just not going to play the entire game. The Chiefs were lackluster against the Broncos, but you're playing in Mile High. The ball is going to be so much easier to throw, and it's going to be a little harder to breathe. So let's take Patrick Mahomes out in the fourth after the Chiefs already have 4 touchdowns, and they're already up by a lot. I would like that a lot. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. Shout out Prize Picks. It's daily fantasy sports made easy. Let's get some more questions here as Tony Fuentes with another one saying, I've been waiting for the Chiefs to sign D-Hop for a while now, but then again, I don't think we need him. It's more than likely we need Mike Evans. Hope in the offseason we get DeAndre Hopkins. So Hopkins is not going to be signable this upcoming offseason. He has signed a 2-year contract with the Titans. So if you want him, you're going to have to trade for him. I don't think we need Mike Evans, though. I think, honestly, you don't really need anybody because the Chiefs have proven this last year. You can make it work. I would argue Kadarius Toney, the trade last year, is similar to what Mecole Hardman brings this year. I almost think they're a very comparable player, so why not just say, oh, well, we're good there? I would like them to trade for a wide receiver 1, but is it necessary? I don't think exactly so. They got Lennon Ackerman saying, what is the MVP odds and then Super Bowl favorites looking like? Well, I can tell you this. Sam, you got it.
I'm looking at them right now. The Kansas City Chiefs are still the Super Bowl favorites at plus 450, followed very closely by the 49ers at plus 500, despite their Monday Night Football debacle against the Vikings. And third, the Eagles.
Yeah.
The third are the Eagles at
Gotcha.
plus 600, rounding out the top 5, Cowboys at plus 1,000, and the Miami Dolphins at plus 1,100. I don't have the Super Bowl... Or the MVP right in front of me.
Well, it was Tua for a little bit, but I'm assuming he's down. I think Jalen might have jumped him. It was really close for a while.
Right,
I told you to put some money on Mr. Mahomes, though.
Patrick Mahomes is your favorite currently at plus 275.
He was like plus 750 like 3 weeks ago.
Jalen Hurts and Tua tied for second right now at plus 450, with Lamar Jackson in fourth at plus 650, and Josh Allen at plus 1200, rounding out the top 5 there for MVP.
Legendary producer Sam coming in with our MVP and Super Bowl odds. I told you a couple weeks back, you should have put some money on Patrick Mahomes. If you didn't, well, sorry about it, but you should still do it because we know who's winning the MVP this year. It's Patrick Magic. Go Noodle Rock comes in with a question, says, I love you and most of the Chiefs. Well, Go Noodle Rock, I love you too. I appreciate you watching the Chiefs. And I'll tell you what, just like I know Go Noodle Rock is, why don't you hit that sub button? It's free, and I'm telling you what, we need 25 subs to beat the Broncos this Sunday, and I know Chiefs Kingdom has my back. If you haven't subscribed yet, then hit that red subscribe button right now. Make it great. It would make me happy. And make sure you are always on top of Kansas City Chiefs content. So, it's super simple. It's super easy. If you're on your TV, pop up, hit that red subscribe button. If you're on your phone, I know you're watching it this way, flip it this way, and then you can press that little red subscribe button. And if you're on computer, just scroll down and press that big red subscribe button, and boom, you are subscribed. We really appreciate it if you are subscribed already, and if you're not, well, what are you doing? Join the Chiefs Report family right now. It's free, and it's a good time here. Another question rolls in from Tony Fuentes saying, I have a feeling if Rashee Rice continues to do so good, I'm confident that there's no doubt he will be our wide receiver 1. I agree, Tony. Honestly, he probably already is the wide receiver 1. Now, his stats don't look like wide receiver 1. I don't want that to be my wide receiver 1 stats, but I think you're right. He keeps progressing. He keeps doing well. He could be the potential wide receiver 1 of this team in the future, but I still think there is time for him to build up on that. Still a rookie, second-round pick out of SMU. Who knows what he could be? Who knows what he could be? Next question from Yo! #Chiefs. Looking ahead, how confident are you with the Dolphins in Germany? I think I'm pretty confident, to be quite honest with you. I was probably not so much looking at this in terms of confidence level last week, or even a couple weeks ago. But after the Bills really crushed them, and the Bills lost to the Patriots last week, and then the Eagles, I know that it was a close game to the Eagles, but at the same time, they don't get that pick 6. That's a totally different game. The Chiefs defense has been amazing, and I'm telling you what, we have fun at our watch parties, and the Chiefs are going to have fun on the field, and they're going to take down the Dolphins in 2 weeks, which leads me to my next point. Make sure you're joining us for watch parties all year long. We're going to have one this Sunday for the Denver Broncos, and I know it's an early game, early wake-up call, but we're going to be there for the Chiefs versus Dolphins at 8:30 a.m. in 2 weeks in Germany. So make sure you join us for watch parties all year long, as I really appreciate you watching, and hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. Peace out.